This is Government Junior Secondary School from Kaida, Millennium Villages, Nigeria. Before the project came, there was no school at all. This settlement. We only had a very small block of primary school, just one block of about 2 classrooms of primary school that was built by the PTF a long time ago. There were no teachers to teach. The students went to school and sat on the floor, no chairs. But during the inception of the project, they pushed for the building of this school by the state government. So the project facilitated the building of this school, and it was built by the state government, Kaduna state government. That's this secondary school and the primary school that you saw. That's in Pampaida Makaranta. So that's basically it. Before the project, there was nothing. But when the project came, schools came about, and then we started giving them chairs to sit on, provided them chalks, writing materials, school bags, school uniforms. They gave them just to encourage the students to come to school.
Yeah. Okay.
So these are the facilities that are waiting to be distributed right now. We are taking an inventory of the schools that need this most, and we will distribute tables for teachers and chairs for teachers and chairs and tables for students.
There is serious need to have internal and external educated volunteers to sustain the system for organization extra-moral classes to people and adults at the community. And on the other hand, wealthy individuals in the community and outside can volunteer to employ educated people, and also they can go ahead to build at least a block of classroom so that people will at least have a roof on their head. So let's try to develop the habit of volunteerism in order to achieve the Millennium Development Goals. MDG! Volunteerism! Development! Thank you.
The community facilitator usually tries to mainstream gender issues into all sectors that are active within the MVP, the Millennium Village project. I work with the local government, that's Ikara local government, and I was seconded to the MVP to fill in. I think I know a lot about the area, the problems that the women are faced with within this area. So most of my work consists of presenting the issues, the problems that women face here, and how the MDG can be applied, the MDG3 especially can be applied to help uplift the women. I think we've managed to record a lot of success along the way. When we first came, the schoolgirls attendance, the enrollment in school, it was 1 in every 5 boys. 1 in every 5 boys, you get a female, yes, going to school. But right now it's 2 to 3. For every 3 male, we have 2 girls, and it's still picking up. And this is mostly primary school. More and more girls are going to the secondary schools now, with the sensitization and all the strategies that have been put in place in the education sector. Something within the agri sector, we have agri and business development here. We encourage the women by giving them implements, by giving them trainings, giving them new, even access to microcredit, which has actually improved their yield over the years.
My name is Echu Stevenson, born to the family of Mr. Solomon Echu, born and bred here in Zaria, a graduate of physics from Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. I'm presently working with the United Nations Development Program as a UMV. And also, what I do here, I work here as a verbal autopsy specialist, including data management and analysis. I go to the field to collect data result from death and birth records, analyze these data and pass it on to my superior officers. I and I came to I got job here as a result of I started from an enumerator. I was recruited as an enumerator here in this project back in 2006. From there, I worked for like 7 months, and now was rose to the post of a field supervisor, that's enumerator supervisors. I will supervise the enumerators, collect their data, and also check if work done is good. I now went for service in 2007. During my service here and after my service here, during my service here, I worked as an MDG president in Kano State, and as an act of volunteerism, and I'm believing that was where I developed an interest in volunteerism and to work in the developmental world. And also from there, I was called back from after my service to join the project as also field supervisor. So on resuming back here, I worked also in the data field, check data, collect data, and pass it to my superiors. Then the post for the UMV came out for verbal autopsy, which I now later applied, and I was successful and was given the job of a verbal autopsy specialist, which has to do with data collection and analyzing too. And also the benefits so far. Yeah, I've really benefited a lot because it has exposed me to know what the developmental work is like. Because it's a field that I now tend to develop interest and I want to build a career into it. And it's really quite interesting and challenging. The challenging aspect is due to understanding from the kind of people you work with on the field. But notwithstanding, it also makes me grow. It's exposing me to know how to convince someone, to know what it's on ground, to know what he needs to know, to coach the person, to teach the person, so that he'll be exposed enough. And also the project so far is really, from 2006 till date, presently, there's a serious transformation in the project, in Compiler. Because from the very onset we came there was no exposure. All they believed was in their cultural background. All they know was to go to the farm, come back, and spend the money they get. But they never knew how to invest or know how to manage all they've gotten. So after the intervention of the project, it's like it now exposed them to know more about what the real world is all about. And it's really amazing the way it's going right now. And we are really appreciating the donors, the contributors, the stakeholders, all partaking in this project. That yeah, it's really working, and the reality is here in Pampida that poverty can also be reduced. Yeah. And also volunteerism can stimulate development. It's real that volunteerism can stimulate development because volunteerism is like an attitude. So and everyone has an attitude. So for us, volunteerism can be, out of 10 people, I believe 8 people can volunteer.